What's up, Skull Squad? The 2025 NFL Draft just wrapped, and the Vikings are making headlines with a 5-player class that's got fans buzzing. From protecting our QB of the future to adding some serious speed on offense, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah played chess while others played checkers. But with only 5 picks and some glaring needs left untouched, are we hyped or hesitant? Let's kick things off with the first-round bombshell that's got everyone talking. Picture this. The Vikings are on the clock at pick 24, and the board is stacked with talent. Defensive backs are tempting, but Kwesi's got a laser focus on one thing: keeping J.J. McCarthy upright. Enter Donovan Jackson, the Ohio State guard who's built like a tank and moves like a ballerina. This guy's a game changer, but did we reach for him? Stick with me as we dive into why this pick is the cornerstone of our 2025 vision. So, what's the vibe on Jackson? He's a 6'4", 315-pound mauler who started at both guard and tackle for the Buckeyes. Analysts like Chad Reuter from NFL.com gave this pick a solid B, praising its focus on the trenches. But here's the T. Some fans on X are calling it a safe, boring choice. What do you think? Drop a comment. Are we building a fortress for McCarthy? Or did we miss a chance to grab a playmaker? Let's keep rolling. The draft buzz doesn't stop with Jackson. In round 3, the Vikings snagged Maryland's Ty Felton, a wide receiver with jets for legs and hands like glue. This dude had 96 catches for 1,124 yards and 9 touchdowns last season. Numbers that scream impact. So, why did Kwesi pull the trigger on another receiver with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison already in the mix? Let's unpack this electric addition. Felton's tape is pure fire. He runs a sub-4.440-yard dash, and his 40-inch vertical makes him a red zone nightmare. Pro Football Focus gave him an 80.2 receiving grade, and analysts like Alec Lewis from The Athletic slapped AB+ on this pick, loving his special teams upside. Imagine McCarthy airing it out to Felton on a deep post while Jefferson draws double coverage. Drool-worthy, right? But here's the question. Is Felton a luxury pick, or the missing piece for Kevin O'Connell's offense? Now let's get real. The Vikings only had 2 picks in the top 100, thanks to last year's trade for edge rusher Dallas Turner. That deal cost us a 3rd and 4th rounder this year, so Felton had to be a home run. Some graders, like Vinny Iyer from Sporting News, weren't thrilled, giving us a D overall. Ouch! What's your take? Is Felton the next big thing, or should we have gone defense here? Hit the comments and let's debate. Day 3 of the draft was where things got wild. With just 2 picks left, the Vikings went to Georgia and grabbed defensive lineman Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins in the 5th round. This 280-pound beast is a Brian Flores dream. Big, athletic, and ready to wreak havoc. But with free agents Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave already on the line, why this pick? Let's break it down. Ingram-Dawkins didn't light up the stat sheet at Georgia, but his film shows a guy who can play inside or on the edge. He had 19 tackles, 3 sacks, and a forced fumble last season, earning a 70.8 run defense grade from PFF. The Athletic's Alec Lewis gave this pick a B, calling him a big player who moves like a little player. Flores loves versatile chess pieces, and Ingram-Dawkins fits the bill. But here's the kicker. Did we need another D-lineman? The Vikings' defense was a top 10 unit last year, but depth is everything in the NFL. Ingram-Dawkins could be a rotational gem, especially if injuries hit. Still, some fans on X are scratching their heads, wondering why we didn't address the secondary. What's your gut saying? Is this pick a sneaky steal or a missed opportunity? Drop your thoughts below and keep it locked for more. The Vikings weren't done on day 3. In the 6th round, we doubled down with Penn State linebacker Kobe King at pick 201. This guy's a tackling machine, 97 tackles, 8.5 for loss, and 3 sacks last season. So why did Kwesi and company fall in love with this hard-hitting linebacker? Let's dive into the film. King's a 6'1", 236-pound missile who earned an 89.2 run defense grade from PFF. The Athletic's Dane Brugler projected him as a 4th rounder, so snagging him in the 6th is a steal in my book. Analysts like Chris Trapasso from CBS Sports gave this pick an A-, praising King's throwback style and special teams potential. Pair him with Ivan Pace Jr., and our linebacker room is looking spicy. But here's the rub. Do we need another off-ball linebacker? With Blake Cashman and Pace already anchoring the middle, King feels like a depth move. Still, Brian Flores loves physical tacklers, and King's a perfect fit for his aggressive scheme. Some graders, like Pro Football Focus, gave us a C- overall, partly because we ignored the secondary. What's your call? Is King a future starter or just a special teams guy? Let me know in the comments. The final pick of the Vikings draft was Pittsburgh tight end Gavin Bartholomew at pick 202. This 6'5" pass catcher is a security blanket for J.J. McCarthy, but with T.J. Hawkinson and Josh Oliver already on the roster, what's the plan here? Let's get into it. Bartholomew hauled in 38 of 51 targets for 322 yards last season, with 169 yards after the catch. PFF notes that 20 of his receptions moved the chains, and Alec Lewis gave this pick a B, citing his chemistry with Jordan Addison from their Pitt days. The Vikings tight end coaches, Brian Angelicchio and Ryan Cordell, are drooling over his potential. But let's be honest. Another tight end? Really? Some analysts, like Jarrett Bailey from Touchdown Wire, gave us a B overall, saying this draft lacked sexy picks. Bartholomew might not start day one, but he's a reliable target for McCarthy in 2 tight end sets. Still, fans on X are asking why we didn't grab a cornerback. What's your vibe? Is Bartholomew a hidden gem or a head-scratcher? Drop a comment and let's talk. Now, let's talk about the trade that shook Vikings Twitter, the acquisition of backup QB Sam Howell from the Seahawks. In exchange for pick 142, we got a 24-year-old with 18 starts under his belt. With J.J. McCarthy as QB1, why did Kwesi make this move? Let's dig in. Howell's no stranger to pressure, having started for the Commanders in 2023. He's got a $1.1 million cap hit for 2025, making him a budget-friendly insurance policy. Chad Reuter gave this trade a nod, noting Howell's experience as a critical addition to the QB room. Kevin O'Connell's hyped, saying Howell was on their radar back in 2022. But here's the spicy part. This move officially killed any Aaron Rodgers rumors. Skull Nation, are we cool with that? The Athletic reported that Howell won't challenge McCarthy's starting gig, but he's a massive upgrade over Brett Rippon. Still, some fans are salty we gave up a 5th-rounder. What's your take? Is Howell the perfect backup? Or did we overpay? Hit the comments and let's get this debate popping. Let's zoom out and look at Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's big-picture strategy. Coming off a 14-win season, the Vikings had just 4 picks entering the draft, thanks to last year's Dallas Turner trade. So, how did Kwesi maximize his limited capital? Let's break it down. Kwesi's mantra was hit the ball down the fairway, play it safe and prioritize needs. He beefed up the offensive line with Jackson, added a weapon in Felton, and brought depth with Ingram Dawkins, King, and Bartholomew. Free agency moves like signing Ryan Kelly and Will Fries set the stage, but the draft was about protecting McCarthy and adding versatility. Gilberto Manzano from Sports Illustrated gave us a B+, loving the O-line focus. But here's the catch. Did we do enough to stay a playoff team? Some graders, like the Ringer's Danny Kelly, slapped us with a C, calling the haul underwhelming. The lack of secondary help stings, especially after losing Cam Bynum. Skull fans, what's the mood? Did Kwesi nail the vision or leave gaps? Drop your thoughts below and let's keep the vibes high. The Dallas Turner trade from last year looms large over this draft. To move up for the edge rusher, we gave up 2025 3rd and 4th-round picks, leaving us light on ammo. Was it worth it? Let's talk about the ripple effects. Turner's a stud, already a cornerstone of Brian Flores' defense. But the cost meant we entered 2025 with just 4 picks, tying for the smallest draft class in Vikings history. The Athletic's Alec Lewis noted that this forced Kwesi to be surgical with his selections. Picks like Jackson and Felton were high value, but the lack of a cornerback or safety has fans nervous. Posts on X show mixed feelings. Some love Turner's impact, others miss the extra picks. What's your stance? Looking ahead, Turner and McCarthy are under pressure to make this small class a non-issue. If they ball out, no one will care about the lost picks. But if the secondary struggles, we might regret it. Skull Nation, are you Team Turner or wishing for more draft capital? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk grades. The Vikings 2025 draft class got everything from an A to a D, depending on who you ask. Chris Trapasso from CBS Sports gave us an A, calling it a home run, while Vinny Iyer from Sporting News handed out a brutal D. What's driving this roller coaster? Let's dive into the analyst takes. The pros. Jackson's a plug-and-play guard, Felton's a speed demon, and King's a steal in round 6. Trapasso loved how we met needs with value picks. The cons. No secondary help, limited picks, and some safe choices. Pro Football Focus gave us a C-, docking points for ignoring cornerbacks. Fans on X are split. Some are hyped for the O-line, others wanted flashier picks. What's your grade for this class? At the end of the day, this draft is about setting up McCarthy for a breakout year. If he thrives behind Jackson and connects with Felton, we're golden. But if the defense takes a step back, the critics might have a point. Skull Squad, what's your final grade? Drop it in the comments and let's see where we stand. Alright, Vikings fam, we've dissected every pick, trade, and storyline from the 2025 NFL Draft. This class is all about building around J.J. McCarthy, from Donovan Jackson's protection to Ty Felton's deep threats. But with no secondary help and only 5 picks, the pressure's on for these rookies to shine. What's next for our purple and gold? As we head into OTAs and training camp, all eyes are on McCarthy. Can he handle the spotlight after missing his rookie year? Will Jackson and Felton be day one difference makers? And how will Flores scheme around a thin secondary? The Vikings are a playoff team with sky-high potential, but this draft leaves questions. Skull Nation, what's the one storyline you're watching this offseason? Drop it below. If you love this deep dive into the Vikings 2025 draft, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for more Vikings news. Share this with your fellow Skull fans, and let's keep the purple pride alive. Tell me in the comments, what's your bold prediction for this rookie class? Skull Vikings, and I'll catch you in the next one.